Hi, Alex here from Readable.com, and today I am going to show you how you can create readable date formats. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, what is this readable date format? You most probably found this on an Instagram app that says 1 hour ago, 2 seconds ago, or maybe 1 day ago, 1 week ago, 1 year ago. So we are going to build out that, and to show you what I mean, I'm going to launch this app that I'm currently working on. And let me just unlock my app here. And you will see that we have a label on the timeline that says 24 minutes ago, 27 minutes ago, and if I just scroll down, 17 hours ago, and 15 hours ago, and let me just go to day 19 hours ago, and 1 day ago. Okay, and that is what we want to achieve. Now, if we posted a new one, then it would be right on top here and it would say 1 second ago. Now, let me just show you on my demo app. Of course, we're not going to build out all of this interface. I have prepared a demo app for you, and this is what we are going to build out today. And it will be basically a label stating the date when the app was first launched, and a button the action of the button will trigger the label to be changed to the how many seconds, minutes, and so on ago the app was launched. So let me just take you here, and here is our simulator, and it says tap the button below to get launch time. So get app launch time, here we go, it was 9 seconds ago. And let us just tap again, and it says 15 seconds ago, and of course it will go up as time goes by. So we are going to do this from scratch, so I will just try to be real quick and get to the interesting part as fast as possible. So let us just create a new project here, and it will be a single view application as usual, and I will call this. Okay, let's click on the next. I will create a Git repository on my Mac because I will push this up to my GitHub repo, and you will be able to find it or clone it from there. Okay, let's hit create, and first of all, as usual, let's get rid of our main storyboard. Let's delete this, let's move it to trash, and delete the reference here. And next up we go to our app view controller. This is basic stuff. If you have followed my YouTube channel for a while, go ahead and dig in the archives and you will see what I'm talking about here. So window equals UI window, and window make key and visible. And now let's construct our view controller from our default view controller, and we will add this view controller to the Windows root view controller equals VC. Okay, and now we have loaded our view controller, and just to test this out, let us just create our views background color to be, let's say, purple. Okay, let's build and run and see, well, a plain old purple. Yep, and not on Alex's iPhone, but on my iPhone 10. Now, what we are going to do next is add this label button, not label button, we're going to add a label and a button to our view, so we may see the interactions. Okay, so let's build and run. here we go, a purple background. So we'll change this to white. And let's add our label first. So, and let's construct it inside here. Let label equals UILabel, and let's return this. And maybe let's have this labels text equals to, let's say, pretty good. What is it complaining about? Let's see, let's hit Command B. Oh, we need to return our label. Okay, now we need to add this label to our view, and for that we are going to use LBTA components, a CocoaPod that I really love. Go ahead and check out my tutorial series about LBTA components, and I will just quickly go through it here. So first of all, let's close this Xcode project and let's open up terminal. Okay, let's navigate to our root folder of our project. So here it is, Readable Date. Type in cd into terminal and the space, drag and drop the root folder as usual. And if you don't already have CocoaPods installed, go ahead and install it. But for now we are going to simply create our pod file with pod in it. And here is our pod file. We will open this with Xcode. So open it up with Xcode like that. Platform should be iOS 11. And now let's add our pod file here, and it will be LBTA components. Yes, I spelled that correctly. Let's save it. And finally, let's go back to terminal and type in pod install to install this amazing CocoaPod. Okay, let's wait for it to finish. And there we go. Now we are able to open our project with our Xcode workspace. Let's go back to our view controller and import LBTA. Better yet, let's hit Command B so it may recognize LBTA components. There we go. And inside our view did load, let's create our setup views function. And I will just get rid of this did receive memory warning and type in here file private function and set up views. Now inside our setup views we are going to add to our view this time label. First of all, add subview time label, and we are going to anchor it to the center of our view. So time label, and we will use LBTA components, so anchor center to super view. Okay, that is it. So let's build and run on our iPhone X simulator, and let's see this time label show up. Of course, Xcode may complain that it is an error, it could not find these LBTA components. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Go ahead, if it builds successfully, then you are okay. So here we go, the button below to get the app launch time. So I will just fix that quickly. And now we are going to add a button below this time label. So let's create it here, let button, and it will be a system type UIButton. So we may get that fading in when we actually tap on that button. So we will return this button. Now we should add a title to this button. The touch up inside is for the next one when we add a target. So button. The selector should should be selector, and let's say, and here we come for the control state that is touch up inside. Okay, now let's create this handle button tab, and it will be an Objective-C function, type function, Objective-C func, because this is handled through the selector. Okay, and tab, let's print out here. Let's see, let's build and run and see if this button actually did. Oh, first of all, we need to add this button to our view. So view dot add subview button. And let me just give you some room here so you may see this. We are going to anchor it. First of all, button anchor, and the top anchor should be our time labels, bottom anchor, left will be nil, bottom will be nil, right nil again, top constant, let's say 16, left constant 0, where am I, left constant 0, again, bottom constant 0, right constant 0, width constant 0, and height constant 0. Go ahead and check out how all of this works in my previous videos. And again, we need to anchor this button center X to super view, I believe. So let's hit that build and run button and see our button below our time label. Great, here we go, and the button was tapped when I actually tap on it. Okay, one last thing we need to add is the actual date reference when the app is launched. So I will just create here a variable, and it will be of type date, and I will create it as an optional. And in the UILabel, I will add to this app launch time the current date. Now we have our app launch time. I want to display this in the label. So inside our handle button tab, I'm going to display our app launch time to the time label. So I will just add here our app launch time. Okay, let's build and run and see how this will actually affect our label. Okay, get the app launch time, and here we have our optional, of course, and we want to type in here, well, we want to present here 2 seconds ago, 5 seconds ago, or maybe 1 minute ago. So that is what we are going to build out now. Okay, and we are going to use an extension on this date variable. So let's create it here, extension date, and we are going to create a function, and let's call it readable date. Okay, and it will return a string. First of all, let's create, and that is our integer. And we, first of all, let me just type it out correctly. We are going to use the date and time interval since, and because we are going to add it to an actual date variable, this since will be our self. Okay, and we want to cast this out as an integer. Okay, and finally, let's return our value here, and that is seconds ago. And now I will just go back here, app launch time, and add this. Let's just build and run so we may get the completion here. So readable date. Okay, now let us just build and run and see how many seconds ago our app was launched. Get the launch time, and it is free. Now we want to not have this optional thing here, so we want to guard let unwrapped equals to our app launch time, else we are going to return. So we will not use this text. Okay, and we are going to delete that, and I will just add here. Okay, now let's build and run again and see how that app launched free or the seconds ago will appear. So get app launch time, app launch 2. So I will just need to add here seconds ago or minutes ago. But for that we are going to add here some new variables, and the first one is our value, and that is of type integer. Okay, and the second one is our unit, and that is of type string, because we want to set the unit to seconds, minutes, and so on. So first of all, let us just add our value, our seconds ago value, of course, and our unit. And now we want to construct this return statement as following. And I will just append here ago. So let's build and run and see how that looks. It's much prettier, so it will state something like app launched some seconds ago. So app launched 2 seconds ago. It is getting prettier by the moment. So one thing I really hate, this 1 seconds ago will probably not bother you at all, because we will not tap on the first second, but it will surely bother you when it says 1 minute ago or 1 hour ago. So we will check for the value after we add this unit. So let us just add here a new value here. So here we go, and value. If the value equals to 1, let us just add nothing after the unit, and if it doesn't equal to 1, so we have more than 1 units, then we will add an S to the end of our unit, and we need to get rid of the S from our unit name. So that I hopefully that is pretty straightforward. And now we will have this multiple issue: seconds, 2 seconds ago, 4 seconds ago. Okay, this will be, I will test this for the minute thing. So let's move on onto the minutes. Now, what about the minutes? So let's create our minute here. 60 seconds long, if you didn't already know that. So let us just check if the time, the seconds ago, the time elapsed is less than 1 minute. So then this value and unit are okay. Else, we want to construct it as minutes ago. So let us just add this here, and the value will be not seconds ago, but divided by 60. So 1 minute ago, 2 minutes ago, and so on. And the unit name will be minute. Okay, pretty simple. Now let's build and run, and let's see how it goes for the second and how it goes for the minute. Okay, get the app launch time 2 seconds ago. I will just press again on it 6 seconds ago. Let's wait for it a little bit longer so we may get higher seconds. 13 seconds ago, 15 seconds ago, and I will just fast forward this for a minute. And there we go, 1 minute ago. Now let's take a look at the plural form of our minute, so minutes. So I will just wait another whole minute. I will just fast forward this and let's see if it correctly logs out, well, prints out 2 minutes ago. There we go, 2 minutes ago. It is correct. Now, what if we want to calculate even more the hours, the days, the weeks, the months, and the years? Now, I will not go through all of each and one of them, but I will just go ahead and tell you the next step, the hours. So let hour, and 1 hour is of course 60 minutes. Okay, and now we need to check if we are under that hour. So else if seconds ago is less than an hour, then we are pretty fine with the minute unit. But else we need to create our hours. So seconds ago should be divided again by 60. Pretty interesting. And now our unit should be an hour. And that is it. Of course, make sure that in one day, the next one, and I will just complete this video with this hint for continuing this function. For our day, we need our 24 hours. And appropriately, you will divide this on the next one by 24, not hours, hour. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And one last thing, what do you think of this readable date? Do you have any other solutions? Go ahead and comment in the comment section down below. If so, go ahead. I'm very interested if you found an easier or a better implemented solution. And as usual, I will see you in the next one.